All right, so I'm going to try to wing this video really quickly. I had this dream probably 4 nights ago, and it's the night before. I asked God, can you give me a global dream? Because most of my dreams are very, very personal, and they step me through different things. And they've been very, very personal for the last few years to step me through a lot of stuff. So I was like, Lord, you just stopped giving me all these, just kind of a global dream. Can you give me one? And so he gave me this dream. And then I was hesitant to talk about it. I didn't know if I should talk about it. But within hours after waking up, I was listening to my prophet podcast, and they had one of the most prolific dreamers on there, and he talked about his dreams, and dream after dream after dream had the same political figure that I had in my dream. And I've never dreamt about this political figure before. So I was like, okay, I'm not the only one dreaming about this person. So it's obvious that this is a relevant dream. And so I've been kind of unpacking it for the last few nights or few days. And just in the last 24 hours, God has given me a lot of revelation on it. So I'm going to share it. I don't have it pulled up, so I'm going to try to talk about the dream as best as I can. You're going to have to excuse my voice and my coughing. I am getting over a major something. I don't know what it is, but trust me, I sound a ton better than I did the last few days. All right, so in this dream, it was like in the 1980s. There were 3 young boys, and I was kind of not in the dream. I was watching what was happening. There were 3 young boys who knew that their DNA was really important and that they were being targeted by a killer. And so they were hiding out, and they had like binoculars, and they were just kind of watching out. And anyway, they made their way to one of the boys' farms. Now, yellow roses were a prominent symbol in this portion of the dream, and that usually means friendship. So what God is saying, that these boys are friends. And so they go to this barn, and which is supposed to be like a safe place, like a covering, and their mom was there. Now their mom had a pin, like a political pin, and so she was supporting somebody, and it had Hillary Clinton's face on it. Now this Hillary Clinton was back from the 60s and 70s, all right? So this was not when her husband was in office. I think I'm leaning towards more 70s than anything. So it was not when her husband was in office. It probably would have been in the 70s, because she looked like a maybe 17-year-old on the pen. Okay. So this mother supported that Hillary Clinton, and anyway, the killer, the assassin, came in, and she turned over her son. The mom turned over her son and betrayed her son, and the assassin killed the son. And she's like, why did you do that? I didn't know you were going to do that. And he ended up killing all of them. Okay. Killed her, and then killed the 2 boys and the friends. So what God is saying in this portion of the dream was that I feel like he's giving me more revelation, or on the verge of giving me revelation. That's why I'm slowing down. I'm going to start talking and just see what happens. So what he's talking about is there's betrayal when you have your eyes fixed on a political figure. There's going to be betrayal. Okay, the enemy is behind it, and they're going to seek to steal and destroy. Okay, that is just the bottom line. And so God is giving a warning. I do believe in this portion of the dream, God is linking some backstory that we don't know about Hillary Clinton that probably deals with the betrayal of friends. I think that there is going to, of course, be murder. Of course, we are talking about Hillary, so that's not much of a stretch there. Murder and killing in real life, and I think that's going to eventually surface at some point. And I don't know when that's going to be. And this could be an event that happened back in the 70s, or even the 80s, because the dream was set in the 80s. So it could also have a tie, because if it showed Hillary back in the 70s, abortion was also, that's when that came about, and the enemy was there to seek, steal, and destroy young lives. So there's that too. But I think it's important to note that those boys had important DNA and that she was after it. So there's something in their blood. And I think that's going to surface as well. So there's something important about young children and their blood. And that is coming out more and more. But I find it interesting that God is highlighting that in this dream when I've never dreamt about this political figure ever before. And that comes out. All right, so continuing on, that's the first part of the dream. The second part of that dream is that God takes me to college campuses. Now, this is like, I was this person. So I was watching this young woman, but I was also this young woman. And I was running in like an old college campus, like an Ivy School League campus, where you could see the old buildings and bell tower and all of that. It's not a campus I'm familiar with, but I don't know the Ivy League campuses. So, but I think God is highlighting college campuses in this dream. So it is ironic that I'm wearing the same shirt in this dream that I'm wearing right now. And he highlighted the shirt like it was a very prominent symbol. I can't tell you what that looks like when he highlights, but I focused on that in the dream. Anyway, so I was now being chased by the same assassin on the college campus. And I finally stopped, and it was like ninja, where I stopped and he was right behind me, and I just did all these ninja moves and I shot him in the belly or something like that. Anyway, he went down. And he died. And then I woke up in a hot sweat. And I don't have scary dreams often. And they normally do when I have like national level dreams is when I usually have them. Or if there's something really important that God wants me to know, then I'll have a scary dream. Anyway, so I woke up just kind of panicky. Because, with a dream like that, yeah. Anyway, so in this part of the dream, I was like, okay, the key symbol was that shirt. So I looked on the tag of the shirt, and the tag was made by a designer called Mine, M-I-N-E. And the fact that I was wearing it. So Jesus is saying, those who are wearing my mantle, those who are covered in me, and you are mine, you are going to overcome those who are going to seek, steal, and destroy. Okay. And the fact that he had this on a college campus, I think he's highlighting the issues and the corruptness that's embedded in education, and that it's set to seek, steal, and destroy. Okay. There's a lot of elements about education that is dragging people far from God's design and far from where God wants them to be in terms of taking jurisdiction and knowing who they are. So I think it's completely interesting that God is tying all this together. All right. So if we fix our eyes on political figures, if we are rooted deep in the educational system, the enemy will seek, steal, and destroy. But if we are clothed in him and we are his, and he calls us mine, then we can overcome that evil. So I find this dream really fascinating. I think it's going to it's going to be a multiple layer dream. So I think that is a primary message, but I also think that, there is some stuff that he is talking about like the history of the Clintons, and I think that's going to surface as well. So very interesting dream. I'm so thankful I got a national level dream, and that I wasn't the only one dreaming about Hillary Clinton. The other very prophetic dreamers are dreaming about her. That was just confirmation to me that this wasn't a fluke, that the symbol was pretty literal in that sense. So anyway, I hope you enjoy. Just chew on it a little bit, pray on it, and let's just see what God brings out. A lot of times with prophecy or prophetic dreams or prophetic words or anything like that, we don't know what God truly means until we watch it play out, right? And then we go, oh, that's what he meant by it. So I might have gotten these symbols all wrong, but that's part of the fun of it. And I think that's part of the reason why he hides it, so we can search it out and then just marvel when he unfolds it. Anyway, okay, go into shalom.